Hello and welcome to the wonderful world of Mindzai. My name is Brendan and welcome to episode 221 of Unboxed. And today we're taking a step back from the Pop Marts and the Bear Bricks and the Finding Unicorns and the something or others because I got something truly special to show off today, something truly Canadian. Today we're going to be opening a Napa Founders Edition figure from Channel Cosu. Now I'm sure for a lot of you people, you have no idea what I just said. Well, let me inform you, educate you a little bit before we get down and dirty. You see, Channel Cosu is a local independent artist here in Canada. In fact, a good old friend of ours. And they have taken upon themselves to make a brand new character, Napa. Now, I'll go a little bit more detail to who he is, but I think it's better we look at the figure to understand the lore. So, let's not waste any more time, and let's get unboxed. But before we begin, did you guys like? Did you subscribe? Make sure you tune in for all kinds of great content, from unboxings to artist interviews. Okay, so let's get a good look at the box over here. You can see we have a nice sort of like sci-fi-ish, but still like 60-70 CRT TV saying Napa Founders. There's nice 2D art of Napa himself right in front of there. Channel Cosu logo, little dials. Then when you turn it around, you can see more detail. And then we got a little bit of a lore dump over here saying, "Meet Napa, your doom-scrolling Cosu." Kosu's the name of basically his little species here, see? It's also the name of the company. Clever. Remote in hand, Napa is constantly flipping through channels, each figure captivating a new moment from his favorite broadcasts. Every collectible in this series reveals a different facet of Napa's multimedia adventures. Bring Napa into your world today and see what he discovers next. Channel Cosu is brought to you by an independent studio built by two brothers from Toronto. Ho-ho! You get the figure, you get the couch, magnetic, we'll show that off, and as well as a certificate of authenticity. So, let's just take this and then we just lightly sort of swivel this off here. And look at that. We first are face to face with the certificate saying Channel Cosu Founders. You can see there's this nice embossed stamp over here saying Cosu Creative Studios is authentic, and then you can see the number. So the Founders Edition has only 150 pieces. This is number 39. Back over here, thank you Cosumers. This certificate guarantees that your Napa art toy is an authentic collectible of Channel Cosu. We hope you appreciate the new perspective this Cosu will bring for your space. Certificates right here of our two brothers. The story continues online. QR code if you want to scan that. And then you remove this nice black styrofoam, and there's our Napa. Let's get you out of here. Ta-da. We just lightly take that out, take a wrapping. Beautiful. But right now he's just sitting invisibly. He needs his chair, so we take that out. Unwrap this. Nice and good. There. And then we put them together, and what do you got? You got a Napa. Boom. Look at him, ain't he lovely? Now, as the lore said, Napa is a Cosu. That's the name of this sort of like blue-skinned little species here. And they have come to our planet to understand who we are. They come in peace, thankfully. They just want to know a little bit about our culture, maybe a lot of it. And how will they learn that? By pulling up a chair and sitting right beside you, the person who gets the little figure here, and watch. Watch TV, watch movies, watch the news, watch whatever. And whatever the Napa watches, he starts to slowly change his color based on what you're seeing. Every figure is basically a different sort of mood, a different version of him based on what he might be seeing. So this is sort of like his original color. You can say this is what he landed to Earth on. And the figure has some pretty good weight to it. There's a really nice sort of seam lines here around the helmet, and the helmet isn't just like fully molded onto his head. You can actually see there's a little bit of a gap in between the head and the helmet, so there's a little bit of depth here, which sort of adds to sort of the quality of the figure sculpting. So it actually is individual pieces. A lot more character because it looks like his head is just a little too small for the little astronaut helmet he went on here, which adds to a bit of his quirkiness. We have this really cool sort of, he has a hoodie going on here. Well, maybe it's a hoodie, because you have this little sort of like big bulge sort of tucked around here. That eventually comes around, and you have the little like sort of hoodie dongles. But it's also like a little bit of like a vest or something, because you see it's buttoned up, you can see pockets, and then nice red arms to contrast the blue, and as you can see the puffiness of it all. You can sort of see the creases here all leading up to the hand. So there's still that astronaut feel, because you know astronauts have these really like puffy sleeves, but it's still kind of casual. And then the remote, you can see they molded in different dials, different buttons on the remote. Nice and gold. We'll get to that gold part later. You can see the legs are exposed though, so you sort of have the bare legs, which adds a little bit more to the casual, so he's wearing shorts. And then we sort of these blue and yellow boots, dark blue soles right here. And overall, just a really nice, weighty, smooth feeling figure. And now we have the lovely chair. Now the chair is pretty simple, to be fair, but it allows you to sort of draw your attention more to the Napa sitting on top. But there is still some cool things going on, like you have the Channel Cosu logo going on here. But the coolest thing is what goes on inside of the chair. The chair inside has magnetic properties. So while it's not like super strong, you're not expecting switch 2 magnets or anything, it is enough to sort of, you can feel the pull when you slowly put Napa's little magnetic butt near the chair, and that just allows him to sort of snap on and lightly sit and still perfectly mold himself. It gets him right into position where it's not too close to the chair, but not too far. So it gives him a lot more of a sort of a natural sitting pose. Now, what's the deal of calling this thing the Founders Edition? If this is the original, the base color that's going to be widely distributed, why is there a number out of 150? What's the difference? Is it just a certificate? No. You see, the little bits of gold is what makes the Founder Edition special compared to the original ones that were released after the first 150 get sold. You can see the remote is gold, it's normally black, and so are the chair legs. Gold metallic paint on each of them is what lets you know that you got an OG, an original right there. Isn't that awesome? And if you collect multiple, boom, boom, hey, what do you know? You can just mix and match those chairs to make your own Napa to sit alongside you. So let's just place some musical chairs right here. Mix and match, make a bigger collection, and make sort of your ultimate binge watching partner. And you go again. I love it. And there. Whew, love that. And that is a wrap, folks. Thank you so much for joining me in this fun little unboxing here. Now that you know about some of the small little toys, the little guys here in Canada that are making some really great things too. It's really fun to educate you about this. What is your favorite part about the Napa? Are you thinking about getting your own yourself? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that good jazz. And as always, keep your mind's eye wide open. Send us out.